Hey everybody, this is Spencer Knowles from Horizon Beverage Company with another segment of our Vineyard VIPs, where we get a chance to hang out with friends from all over the world and talk about wines and wineries and just get some updates from our friends who aren't usually here in town often. So today we are lucky to have our good friend Mr. Marcel Victoria, founding member of Achaval Ferrer in Argentina. How are you, sir?
Hello, how are you?
Wonderful to see you.
How are you? Hello, fellows.
So let's just get right into it. So there's a lot happening in Argentina, but your winery is very unique, and you were founded on very unique principles. And I think it's important for everyone to understand kind of what the winery is about and what makes Achaval Ferrer so different.
When we set this up back in 1999, we were initially 4 Argentinians and 2 Italians. And we realized that Argentina had an extraordinary potential about making very different kind of wines in terms of the style. I mean, there is a big style, very, very known, which is coming from Europe.
Sure, right.
And there is another different kind of style coming from the New World. But Argentina maybe is in the middle of both worlds. And that was due to, we have an extraordinary old vineyards, unique and grafted pre-phylloxera rootstock, original rootstocks.
That's very important.
And a combination of altitude, starting at maybe 2,400 feet up to 3,600 feet. And because Mendoza, which is the main region, is a desert, so that combination make possible a very dark and thick skin.
You
so
have a
very
diurnal shift.
Yeah.
So you have your warm days and your cool nights.
Yeah, and also the thermal gradient is very good.
Sure.
But basically, we found those very old vineyards and grafted, and we were aiming to produce probably the best example of terroir-driven Malbecs. So.
Now, isn't it true that a lot of your competitors had a different business model in the sense where you were actually seeking out mature vines when a lot of folks were looking for maybe just land to plant and things more of a higher volume business model, where you guys were already looking for the old vines, the mature vines, to create a more robust.
Well, sometimes Mother Nature demonstrates us that knows better the things
sure,
than
absolutely.
the human being. So it happened that when the vines are so old that, like a human being, they get more wisdom. So the equilibrium of the vine is better in aging.
Sure.
Than when you are just planting, and you gotta wait at least 10 years. So to get the most beautiful grapes, you gotta wait a lot of time.
Absolutely, and it also controls your production level. By default, you're a smaller production producer. I mean, that's kind of the, because you only yield so much.
One of the things about the yield, and thank you for pointing that out, is that the yield allows you to express different things. So when you're lower yield, the fruit stops speaking and the roots stop talking. So whenever you are lower yield, the better in terms of expressions and deepness in the wine. That is why.
And I think everyone knows your brand and the winery because of all the great press that you get, your single vineyard Malbecs, all the 98, 99 point scores, everything like that. But it's very important, I think, for everyone to realize that every wine that you make tells its own story, and that there's a lot of, hopefully, some exciting things, new things coming at the winery. And is there anything that everyone should kind of be excited for? Is there anything new happening?
Yeah, beyond the Malbecs you point out, there is now a new launching, relatively new launching, which is a Cab Sauvignon. That Cab Sauvignon, half of the yield is coming from very, very old vines.
That's spectacular.
120 years old, which is kind of monument. So the style is very approachable, so it's different style than Napa Valley. This is not better or worse, but
sure.
It's different. And I really encourage the people to try it. It's very nice example of how Cabernet is looking when it is very old.
And then also one last question. Talk about just briefly, how is this latest vintage?
Well, the one is just released, the 13 is incredible, was probably our best ever. So
that's good to know.
Yes, very very good now.
Great. Well, thank you very much. It's wonderful to see you, and wish you all all the best at the winery.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.